You know it's going to be a good Monday when you show up and your customer is ready to go. This is awesome. So just a small little living room we're going to do this morning before we get to this other job this afternoon. But we're going to, this is again, back to the basics. This is going to be a fun day. Cushion is installed and we're ready to rock and roll. So a couple things I talked about in some other videos. I really do like the tri-tack cushion, tri-tack tack strip. I just like that 3 rows of pins. I think with how thick, especially some of these carpets are so thick, you can't get them to bend that easy. And then along the tile here, they had shingled up to it because in our neck of the woods, why all these guys think they need to use 1/2-inch cement board plus tile underneath there is beyond me. I'm not sure. Well, partly because I don't think they truly know how to install anyways, but that's another story from their time. But then we go across the front. You can either turn and tack, which I've done past, or you can use a tack strip. I prefer the tack strip because that's about a 20-foot stretch from there to there. And I feel, this is just a personal preference, but I feel when I stretch this way, it's gonna be my hardest stretching, that tack strip's gonna hold better than turn and tacking. I've had issues with turning and tacking, especially on shingles, where they just, they look good and then you go to vacuum and it's kind of pulled up because there's so much tension on it, where I know that that tri-tack's gonna hold good. So we're gonna get the carpet in here now and go ahead and put it together and get this stretched in here quick. So we have our fill piece put together here. We ended up going with a 3-piece seam. Depending on the carpet, I just don't like going over 4 pieces, but this worked out perfect for a 3-piece. And what I like to do is get my pieces put together first, let them cool. I know it's kind of a waste of time, but depending on how your job is, why these are cooling, I can be doing something else. I mean, I think that's what makes us, the good installers. We get pretty efficient. We figure out how to manage our day. But then what I'll do is once that's cool, pull that up that wall. And now I have one nice long piece of fill to put together. One of the guys that I worked with that kind of taught me some stuff, he used to put all of his pieces in there. And then what he'd do is he'd put his seam together, pull it together, then he'd go back and put his cross seam together. But that never just really stuck with me. I never did like doing that. I don't think it's wrong. If you can make a good looking seam, then it's not wrong. It doesn't matter, but it just didn't fit the way I wanted to do things. So anyways, shortly here, we'll be putting this seam together and on to stretching. carpet seam is done, and we've got the power stretcher in here. We're just gonna wait just a little bit longer, let that finish cooling up. The seamer down now, you really can go on it right away. I mean, just in a matter of seconds you can, but you know, just side on caution a little bit. We'll wait. I'm gonna stretch away from this fireplace. So what I'm gonna do is, my seam's over here, so this whole wall over here, I wanna stretch away from. So I'm gonna set, roughly 3 to 5 feet right there, set that wall, and I'll stretch over here. About two stretches is what I always like. That seems like just a good number. And then what we'll do is we'll set this wall. And I always, when I can, I always like to take my length stretches first. So we'll stretch everything up to that tile. And again, the nice thing about tack strip there is I have a better feeling that we're gonna get a darn good stretch. So after I stretch up to that tile, this wall will have a nice stretch across it, and the rest of this I can set. And then turn my stretcher around again and finish all this off. So kind of like the beginning of the video when I said back to the basics, this is definitely back to the basics. Live action. So we've got that side set, and what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna take 2 nice poles across here. Here's where I love this tack strip. Let's try to, because it just holds right now. All right, so I'm just going to show you a couple things here. Chris, you can come over here. So around this fireplace, I don't see it being, you know, there's no reason to set up stretcher poles in there. We're just going to treat this all like it is this back wall. And I'm just gonna get it all put together, because between stretching this way and a little bit that I pull this way, it'll be fine. So like this wrinkle here, I can just cut this thing down. And I'm sure once I take that pressure off, that's just gonna lay flat. I'll knee kick all that up quick, and then we'll get this thing turned around and we'll go the other way for you guys. So we've got our wall set here. We're going to stretch right to the middle of all this tile. I'm going to do a little spin move here. I'm going to have Chris set that stretcher off right the center of the fireplace. And what I'll do is I'll take one stretch right down the middle, and then I'll just kind of angle that way, come back to the middle, angle this way, and then I'll go set that wall again, and we'll finish stretching that way. And this is where it's kind of nice to put that duct tape, a couple rolls of duct tape across that tack strip. It keeps those pins just into the backing of the material, not through the backing and into the carpet. And I will check it too before we leave. We don't want anybody cutting toes there and catching anything. It worked out perfect, Chris. So we got that wall set. We've got everything stretched up to our tile. Now we're just going to finish this off. Get a couple stretches across here. And actually, Chris, before I move on to the next stretch, come in here quick. I know I've done the little, I call it the drum test, but you want to, get that carpet drum tight. You want to pull up and bam, bam, get it down. So that's how I know I got a good stretch. That doesn't mean that the carpet might not wrinkle in the future, but that's kind of uncontrollable to some degree. But that's just how I know I have a good stretch on the carpet. before I get too far here and forget about this. So, you know, carpet has a direction. The nap has a direction to it. And so it's laying down flat this way. And when we look into it this way, it's got that dark look. And I really do like this when we finish off next to a tile, because this nap is just naturally gonna wanna go over and finish that edge off. But as you guys see, that leaves a nice clean look. So here it is, by 11 a.m., so 2.5 hours. I mean, we're not breaking any speed records by any means, but 34 yards of carpet, easy install. That's fun. Those, I don't care who you are, that's fun. And this is how we always like to finish it. Get a nice vacuum on that. Look at that. You just tell, you know, they're gonna come home, they're gonna look at this, and they're gonna be just excited to get their furniture back in here and moved in. So thanks again for watching another one of my videos, and stay tuned to the next one.